your popularity, did your popularity come from social media and the internet, or was it really the basketball, you being pretty, twins, playing basketball? Like, explain that. I know music's involved now, but how what would you say is your rise to popularity, would you say?
I would definitely say that it started
high school.
It started in high school. I think Instagram was actually probably the first platform that really kind of took shape as far as our brand goes. And but it almost went hand in hand. It was like Instagram, and then you're cute, and then
Way too much.
and then you play basketball. So it was kind of like all of these things just kind of mixed together, and it just created this popularity, I guess.
Yeah, it was like a snowball effect, honestly. We weren't even expecting it to escalate the way that it did. All of a sudden you take a million selfies of yourself and you post them on an app, and you just get all of this attention. I think basketball definitely played its part, because basketball, especially in the culture that we're in right now, it's a pretty big deal and people are really into it. I mean, all kinds of sports, but basketball for us was something that we felt played its part in the popularity. Not a lot of people know we play basketball, but we do.
There's a fair share.
We do.
Of people that don't know.
But yeah, I think it all just kind of played its role, and then here we are today.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yes.
Does the word instafamous apply to you guys, or no?
Technically, yes.
If you look at it from, the internet definition of instafamous. Sure.
We don't like to apply it to ourselves, however.
We don't like to compartmentalize or categorize ourselves like that. We just kind of see ourselves as, we have a lot of supporters.
We're well known, and we have a lot of supporters, and we love them.
Now, do people recognize you in real life?
Yes, yes.
There's definitely a what's the word I'm looking for? Like transfer over from the internet to
and we
face-to-face.
We kind of had to get real with ourselves, even because even when you look at the numbers on Instagram and however many followers you have, that doesn't always correlate to the number of people that actually know you and know who you are. So we started recognizing that we were getting this attention from people, and whether it was from a basketball community, whether it was just, walking around in the mall, everyday life, we started getting recognized, and we were kind of thrown off a little bit, and people asking to take our pictures were like, do we have a conversation with you?
Right.
Like, we didn't even know how to interact with people who wanted to come up to us. We were just like, okay, bye. Like, it was so awkward. We probably made so many people uncomfortable. But we definitely get recognized now, and it's a cool thing. It's a really cool experience, but it definitely just opened our eyes to this life that we didn't even know we were stepping into.
So somebody recognize you, is that flattering or is that annoying?
I'd say it's flattering overall. There's been instances where it's kind of like, okay, we're crossing the line of annoying a little bit. Because it's just, it gets a little frustrating when people expect things from you. And we're kind of like, hey, we're just like you. We're just people too. Like, we get annoyed if, you grabbing my arm. I don't know. So it's just like, but overall, I think it's flattering.
We're so appreciative
because, people don't have to do that. They could be just rude.
Now, there's a difference of when people see you online and when people see you in person. Now, what's the reaction when people see you in person? Do they say, wow, you're bigger in real life than you are? Prettier in real life than Instagram? What do people... Because now, when I talk to guys, a lot of guys are disappointed when they meet women off the gram. I hear different ratios, like 50% aren't how they look in person. And stuff like what's reactions?
We've heard that too.
Yeah, it's interesting now, kind of the effort and amount of time people spend on editing photos, and it really is almost a job in a lot of ways, which is respectable. For us, though, we don't really invest that kind of time in our Instagrams. If we take a cute photo and we like it, we might put a filter on it and upload that thing. So we really don't try to manipulate our photos too much or do too much with our photos.
Right.
So when we have met people and in real life, The reactions have been, for us, it's like a surprise, but
they've always been very positive,
yeah.
though. And I think that's another thing that we appreciate from people. It's kind of weird to like talk about
yourself,
myself,
right?
In this kind of way. But most times people have said, wow, like you're tall, or you're so much prettier in person, or whatever it is.
You're so nice.
I think our personalities help with that.
That was the wrong wink, actually. Anyway. But yeah, I think it was supposed to be this eye. It was a little awkward again. Sorry. But yeah, I think people, when they meet us, they get to see that there's a person behind the accounts, behind the pictures. It's not
a
just
robot.
It's not a robot. I think that's a great way to put it, because I think people have this idea of how we're going to be, whether it's stuck up or just dismiss them or whatever. And we really love to embrace people who are so supportive of us and don't have to be.
Right.
So for us, we love being able to show that real side of ourselves to people. And, whether they accept it or not is kind of up to them at that point, but it has been received so well by our fans and our supporters, and we honestly couldn't be happier with that. So the reactions have been great.
Now, do InstaFamous people have beef?
Well, we don't.
We're
have
not
any
in the mix if that's the case.
We're on like Mars.
Man, we live in our own little bubble of basketball and music and anime.
Our mom tells us that, it's us against the world, because we just like go in our own little like shell and just kind of go about our business. We honestly, if people do have beef, it's so over my head. Like, I wouldn't even know if they did. Like, I could see two people in a place together and someone would tell me they had beef and I'd be like, they look happy. Like, I would not be able to tell you, honestly.
We don't know.
We're terrible.
Nobody has time for that.
Nobody has time for beef.
Now, do you guys have an InstaFamous bestie?
Well, I wish I did.
Kind of. I really like Jada Doll.
There's Jada Doll.
She's so sweet.
I like Massey. She's like this workout fitness chick.
Love her.
She's amazing. She's pregnant. Congratulations. But I would love to be her Insta bestie if she would have me.